All right. So around this area was when we entered for a new buy. All right, we say the 61.8 level and the 50% level. So when price pulled back into that area, that was the trigger to buy. And then that played out really well. That played out really well. Delivered close to 70 pips. Delivered close to 70 pips. And about 70 pips on US 2000. Of course, you know it's not a joke. All right, so I quickly wanted to highlight that. All right, so currently, for the same US 2000, this is what we now have. So this has played out. So what we can do now is to now measure from the beginning of that bullish move to the end, which is this resistance. All right. Now, again, this is the Fibonacci tool, a fantastic tool to measure retracement levels for good entry opportunities. All right. So we have it from the beginning of this bullish move to the end. So you will notice that I dragged from at the low to this high. All right. And then what we now need to do is to wait for price again to into either 50% level or 61.8% level. So I'm going to use horizontal line again to highlight those levels. So I'm going to take this out. All right, so we're looking at the 50% level here and the 61.8. Okay. All right. Of course, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees, but this is the expectation we have. So as it is now for US 2000, we're waiting for price to come into this area so that the retracement is complete at this area or this region, and then we can look for entry opportunities to take advantage of the bullish move that we had. Now, this asset, of course, has met a resistance at around 23.33, this area, and then we're seeing this retracement. All right. So, in order for me to jump into this trade, then I need this price to come to complete the retracement. This is the 50% level and the 61.8% Fibonacci level. All right. So as soon as price comes into this area, then I'll look for entry opportunities within this area. But in the event that price takes out these support levels, it takes out the support levels, you see a break below the 50% level and the 61.8% level, then that would be bearish for US 2000. So we could see a retest of that range and then bearish continuation. All right. So those are the two scenarios I'll be looking out for on US 2000. All right. I needed to quickly point this out because of what we got from the last session. Okay, V, you can see it now. Adeyemi Olalekan, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us, sir. All right. So that's it for US 2000. All right. Let's look at gold as well. Has been very fantastic to trade. It's been aggressively bullish since middle of December. That should be middle of December. Has been aggressively bullish, like I said. All right. So almost on a daily basis, it's been creating new highs. Been creating new highs almost on a daily basis. So it has been quite interesting to trade. All right. So as it is now, like I said, it has rallied aggressively since middle of December. Let's check that out. Right, somewhere here. So I'm going to zoom in. right, since around this period, mid-December, this was December 19th, since around this period, it has been aggressively bullish. It's been taking out resistance, creating new highs. All right. So as it is now for gold, no doubt this is still quite bullish, but it's also not immune to pullbacks. So let's check this out. All right. It's taken out this 2900 resistance already. It's created a new one close to 2950. It's created a new high close to 2950. All right. And currently we're seeing this pullback. Okay. So to what extent will this pullback get before we see another bullish continuation, before we get another bullish continuation? To what extent are we expecting this pullback to move to? All right, that's the question now. Okay, so firstly, we're looking at this previous high at 2900, and this moving average too, of course, we're expected to serve as magnet for price. So if we can get a pullback into this area, we can get a pullback into this area, then that would give us a fantastic entry. That would give us a fantastic entry. Or we get a pullback into around 2880. So either 2900 or 2880. So what that means is if we do get a pullback into 2900, then we now need to wait for a bullish pattern around 2900 to inform the bullish entry at 2900 support. However, if 2900 fails and we get it close below it, then next level we'll be looking at would be 2880 price level. All right, so that we can buy at the end of some decent retracement. All right, so we'll be looking at 2900 level and 2880 level. To join that bullish move that we currently have on gold. This is on the 1 hour time frame. Yes, we'll definitely get there. US 100, it's quite similar to, let's see. Okay, this is what US 100 looks like on the daily time frame. And this is quite choppy. This is quite choppy. So because it is ranging, on the daily time frame, and also above the 50 period moving average. You see, period 50, it's ranging, and but price is also above the 50 period moving average. All right. Now, because it is above the 50 period moving average, of course, it signifies some strength above the 50 period moving average. All right. So what we need to see, currently, it's beginning to pull back. It's beginning to pull back. So what we need to see, this is H4, and then let's check it out on H1. All right, on H1, it's currently on the 50 period moving average, currently trading on the 50 period moving average. All right, so at this level now, we now need some bullish confirmations around this level. on the 50 period moving average. We need to see some bullish patterns here before we buy, before we make long decisions. We need to see some bullish patterns around this 50 period moving average. All right. So this is 50. Let's see. We can get some crossovers. All right. So as it is, the next bullish entry would be when we see a cross. This happened here. The 21 period moving average crossed above the 50 period moving average, and then we got some strength right there. All right. So to further confirm another bullish entry, we need to see a similar pattern play out. We need to get the next cross, the 21 period moving average crossing above the 50 period moving average. If we get that, then that would be bullish confirmation. All right. But of course, if you understand candlestick patterns, then as soon as we have some bullish patterns around the 50 period moving average, that would be the trigger to long US 100. For instance, if we get bullish engulfing or bullish Arami Ama candle and the rest of the bullish reversal patterns, that would be our trigger to long US 100. This is happening on the 1 hour time frame. I have Euro Pound, USD CHF, and USD JPY. All right, let's start with USD CHF. Okay, for USD CHF, this would be the level to watch. This would be the level to watch. For about 3 days now, price has stayed on this same level. Price has stayed on this same straight line. All right, so it's going to take a close above this resistance, 91.20. It's going to take a close above that resistance for the bullish move to continue. The bullish move to continue. And then the level at 91,502 would be an important level as well. So number one, we need to see price take out this resistance here. If we look back a little, we'll see why that level is quite significant. You see what happened here when price tested that same 91.20 level, we got some retracement before breaking above the level, and then currently prices are around that level as well. So all of this happening on the daily time frame. So to long USD CHF for bullish entry, we need to see price take out that resistance. We need to see price take out this resistance, or we get some decent retracements from the current level, get some retracement. Let's see what it looks like on 4 hours. And then on 1 hour. Okay, so it's been a struggle close to that resistance, close to that resistance. So we need to see price take out this resistance before any bullish confirmations for USD CHF. And then USD JPY. All right, for USD JPY too. just to take out this resistance at 152. Take out the resistance at 152. Below that resistance, of course, it's bearish. Below that resistance at 152, it's bearish. And then if you look at this descending channel, has been quite consistent since this resistance back in beginning of 2025, it tested this level as resistance, came back here, support, resistance back here, a few pips to it here as support, came back to resistance, back to support here, and now we're heading towards the resistance again. All right, but for this to play out, it push back to the top of this channel, a pushback to top of this channel, we need to see price take out this resistance at 152 price level. All right. On 1 hour time frame, this is what it looks like. So we need to see price take out this resistance. Right. All right. So as it is now, USD JPY breaking out of this triangle is going to present some fantastic trading opportunities. All right. If it breaks to the downside, then we'll get some bearish continuation. On the other hand, if it breaks to the upside, then we'll get bullish continuation. Right. So the level to watch is this 152 resistance level. And then because of this trend line too, support here, right here as well, And currently price is sitting at that same support level. All right. So of course, we're going to expect a breakout. It will not continue to move in a straight line from here. We expect a breakout to happen pretty soon. And of course, two things, it will either break out and then get bearish from there, or break to the upside and then get bullish from there. All right. So it's going to take a close above this resistance at price level 152 to have that confirmation. All right. For USD JPY. Now let's look at Euro Pounds. Euro Pounds per AI Wisdom's request. Euro Pounds. Should have it somewhere here. Right, Euro Pounds. Yeah. Again, for Euro Pounds, we see this descending channel as well, has been quite consistent, trading from resistance to support, from support back to resistance. Didn't quite retest the support here, back to resistance. We haven't seen a retest of that support in a long while. We haven't seen a retest of this support level. Okay. All right, and currently price is above this level, 0.832. Okay, so let me do this. Here, resistance, back here as support, back here as support as well. I'm sure if we continue, we'll continue to see more touches at that same 0.832 level. Okay, but currently price is above this support, at 0.832. Okay, so what that means is that as long as price stays above this support, then we can expect this to continue to push higher. We can expect Euro Pounds to continue to push higher as long as it stays above this support at 0.832. But in the event that we get a close below the support, then that's going to turn bearish for Euro Pounds. All right, so above 0.832, we're looking for opportunities to buy. We're looking for opportunities to buy euro pounds. Okay, above 0.832 here, and then also above the 50 period moving average. All right. So we expect this to continue to push higher. Expect this to continue to push higher. Okay. Now let's head back to USD index. Let's head back to USD index. All right. So this is one that we've always had our eyes on for USD index. Again, this level here at 110, this level here at 110 is quite a very significant one for two reasons. Number one, I've highlighted it multiple times because of this gap that we got here. Right, so this gap that we got here, we're expecting price to come back into and fill some of these and fill a part of this candle. All right, this bearish candle here, we're expecting price to come back into that area to fill it to some extent. All right, so we're looking at the 110 level. That's one, and then number two, because of this trend line here, because of this trend line, price has tested it multiple times. So it's not surprising to see price come back into to retest that trend line. All right. So at that time, I remember saying that this could be the top for USD index. And then there's a very high potential that we start to see a decline from USD index. All right. That quite played out, but it found support at 107 level and then it pushed back towards 110. It pushed back towards 110, came back towards 107 again, and then currently it appears bullish currently after retesting this 107 price level. All right. So that's one. Two, this 108 level two. Right, this price level at 108 is one to watch as well. For this reason, here that level acted as support. Back here, we see confluence of resistance. Here as well, resistance. You see, now that price is above it, so we expect this 108 level to act as support for price. So as long as price is above 108 level, we expect bullish continuation. We expect bullish continuation from USD index. We expect bullish continuation. If it closes back below 108, then that gets bearish for the US dollar index. All right. So if you expect bullish continuation for USD index above 108 level, then pairs like Euro USD, Pound USD would be bearish. Would be bearish. All right. So having said that, and with this in mind, we head over to Euro USD. Head over to Euro USD. All right. And this has been quite fantastic to trade. It has been quite fantastic to trade. After retesting 1.052 level. Now, initially, we're looking at 1.035, 1.035, and 1.046 levels. Of course, we got some range around those two levels. Okay. So currently, if we look at the big picture here, we say testing 1.052, came back to 1.02, we tested 1.052, came back to 1.02. all right? It pushed towards 1.052, but failed around 1.046. And now we got this retracement, and currently price is here. Okay, so for Euro USD, now, as it is below 1.035, it is bearish. All right, below 1.035, it is bearish. All right, multiple attempts at 1.035, you see it right here as well. Okay, and then if we look at the underlying structure as well, underlying direction, we see this has been bearish since we got this double top pattern here that's been playing out quite nicely, giving us series of higher lows and lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. Now, there's also a possibility that this would also be the bottom. Now we are seeing double bottom back at 1.02. We've seen double bottom back at 1.02 level. All right, this is one. And then this is two as well. Okay. For this to get bullish, it's going to take a close above 1.035 for this to get bullish. But while price is below 1.035, then it is prone to bearish continuation, at least towards 1.02. And then a break below 1.02 would be further bearish for Euro USD. All right. So that's what we need to look out for on Euro USD. One, a break above 1.035 to get bullish. But as long as it stays below 1.035, then it is very much prone to becoming bearish below 1.035. All right, and right now it's also below the 50 period moving average. It's also below the 50 period moving average. Right, this is 1 hour time frame. Below 1.035, also below the 50 period moving average as well. All right, and of course that signifies weakness. That signifies weakness. Moving on to pounds USD, which is very similar to Euro USD. All right, so for pounds USD, we're looking at 1.238, just like we're looking at 1.035 for Euro USD. And pounds USD, that level is 23.80. Okay, so for pound USD below 23.80, because it's bearish below 23.80. All right. Now let's look at this trend line because price is now approaching it. Okay, it's quite recent. This lows here. All right, so it's just from the last low here that was created, extending it to the current price. Let's see, back to 1 hour. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame now, if price takes out this trend line, then you can expect further weakness towards this 1.23 level, this 1.23 support level. All right, below for pound USD now, below 1.238, it's bearish below 1.238. It's also below the 50 period moving average, which also signifies weakness. All right, so for this to continue, the bearish move that is, we need to see price take out this trend line. This trend line now, you can draw it from your daily time frame. From this most recent low, and then we extend it all the way. Right, and then it's that same trend line we're looking at on the 1 hour time frame. Arobi, I'm afraid you joined quite late. We looked at gold already. Right, so that's what we need to see on pounds USD. We need to see price take out this trend line on the 1 hour time frame for this to get bearish, or for entry opportunity in the midst of this bearish move. All right, for pounds USD. USD card is one we have watched too. Okay, so initially we have this horizontal movement. We got this horizontal movement. It's been ranging between 1.445 and 1.43, been ranging. And then price broke above it, created this gap. And then, of course, it has since been filled and is back into that range as well. It's back into that range as well, between 1.445 and 1.43. Okay, so of course, as it is now, we're trading the range between 1.445 and 1.43, right? And then it's going to take a break out of that range for this to get more defined. So number one, we see price take out this support level at 1.43, then that's going to be bearish for USD CAD. However, if we see a break above, press above 1.43355 around that level, then it's going to be bullish back towards 1.445. All right. So those are the two levels we're watching for USD CAD. Number one, in between 1.445 and 1.43 because of this range we see here. All right. Of course, we got this gap, but price has since filled that gap, and then it is now back into that range as well. Okay, so it's going to take a break out of this range for this to get more defined, and that would mean number one, it takes out this support at 1.43, and then it gets bearish from there, or we see price take out this resistance here. Takes out this resistance at 1.43355, this level here. Right, if it takes out this resistance, it closed below, above it, then it's going to get bullish towards 1.445 for USD CAD. For Eddie now, do you mean this one? For Eddie, I hope you are referring to this one. All right. It's really not confusing because this is daily time frame now. Right. So on the daily time frame, we saw this aggressive move towards the 110 level. All right. And that 110 level is a significant resistance level. Okay. So when price tested that 110 level, we saw this pullback, we saw this retracement, right? And then that retracement, of course, found support at 107 price level. And what happened? Again, another move towards that same resistance at 110. Okay. And then going by technical analysis, of course, this is double top. One right there. And then the other one right here as well. All right. And of course, that got bearish again back towards 107 level, back towards 107 level. And as it is right now, it's heading back to resistance. It's beginning to push higher towards that resistance. And currently, it is now above the 108 level. It is now above the 108 level. Now, that 108 level is significant because if you look back, you will see how that same level how price has reacted to that same level multiple times. Back here, it was resistant. Back here as well, resistance. Back here as support. So now that price is above that 108 level, we expect that same level to act as support for price. We expect this 108 level to support price. All right. So as long as price is above that 108 level, we can expect further push higher towards 109 and maybe back at 110. All right. So that's the expectation for USD index. So this is not in any way confusing. All right. For AD, and I hope you got that. So above 108 level, the bullish move is still intact. All right. This is going to turn bearish if we see price take out the support at 107. All right. And this is what it looks like on daily. This is what it looks like on 4 hours time frame. And then on 1 hour, this is what we have. Right. So this is that same 108 level we're looking at. Price is above that 108 level. It's also above the 50 period moving average. All right. Which signifies strength, of course. All right. NZD USD2 is one that I would love us to look at as well. We've talked about it multiple times, and then it's still quite choppy, it's really playing out as expected. All right. Uh, Looking at this level here, back here, support, fast forward to 2022 support as well, and then most recently here as support as well. All right. So for this reason, we're expecting this to get bullish from that support, which comes at price level 0.555. All right. But if you look at what has been playing out so far, we've seen more of a ranging market, you see, between 0.572 and 0.555. All right. So again, what it means is that for this to become more defined, price has to break out of this consolidation. Price has to break out of this consolidation. Okay. On 1 hour. Right. This is what it looks like on 1 hour. All right. So towards because it has recently retested this support, pushed higher close to that resistance, and now price is trading at this level. All right, trading at this current level. Now, if you look at the 1 hour time frame, just like I did, look at the 1 hour time frame. Um, I've been able to connect this trend line here from this level here, support here as well, support here as well. All right. So if price stays above this level, then the bullish move is expected to continue. Then this will level to watch on the 1 hour time frame. Right. So as it is right now, it's beginning to push towards that resistance. All right. It's beginning to push towards that resistance. So it's going to take a close above this resistance for the bullish move to continue. Hence the USD on the 1 hour time frame. All right. Pounds card. I would love to look at that. $50 green. Okay. Okay, you said weekly. All right. So it's almost at that level. It's almost at that level. All right. So let's do this. Right. So let's take that to daily now or 4 hours or any other time frame of interest. All right. Right. So for this to get bullish because we confirmed it on the weekly time frame. That's from Eddie now. We confirmed this on the weekly time frame. All right. And then it's heading towards this support. It's heading towards this support. Of course, it is a strong support because we are seeing it on the weekly time frame. All right. So what we now need to do is to head back to a lower one, say daily or H4, depending on your preference. And then what we need to see here price to come into this region, to come into this area. All right. And then when we see that, it is from this area that we then begin to look for buy opportunities. All right. We then begin to look for buy opportunities because this support is strong on the weekly time frame. All right. So we now need price to come into that area for buy opportunities. For buy opportunities. All right. Eddie, I hope you got that. All right. So in the next 5 minutes, if there is any other one that you would like us to recap or touch on before we call it a day. All right. In the next 4 minutes now. US 2000 again. Okay, so that means you were here the first time. So let's start with US 2000. All right. For US 2000, don't forget, we started from here. At that time, we're looking at this gap created, all right? And then we're waiting for the next candle to come and fill that before we get in for a buy. And that played out quite nicely. And then that gave rise to this bullish move back towards 2333 level. All right. So since price said this resistance, and currently we are seeing some retracement. So what did we do? We measured from the beginning of this low to that resistance. All right, from this support to resistance. All right, and then we're waiting for retracement to come into either 50% level or 61.8% level, and then that will trigger our opportunity to buy at the end of the retracement. And that's why I have these two horizontal lines here to mark the level expecting this to come to. Of course, that would also create a sell opportunity while we're waiting for price to come into that area. All right. But if you sell here, that means you're taking advantage of the pullback and not necessarily the direction. All right. So for US 2000, we're waiting for price to come into this range between 50% level and 61.8% level for this to get bullish. And then I said, because we know that price will come back into this range, that's also a sell opportunity, right? That's also a sell opportunity. How can one set up simultaneously both the 21 and 50 MAs on MT4 on Android phone? It's quite easy. When you do it the first time, you go back the same way. The same process it took you to do it the first time, you repeat it for the second time. And then you now need to define your colors for the 21 and 50. Personally, for the 21, I like to use red, and for the 50, I like to use green. Okay. Euro USD is bearish below 1.035. Right, bearish below 1.035. So currently is below this resistance, and it's also below the 50 period moving average. All right. So as it is, below these two levels, we're looking for sell opportunities. We're looking for sell opportunities. And then the USD index too has to stay above the 1 week level. All right. For gold, we need some retracement. It's already really high. We need some retracement back to 2900 level or 2880 level for us to jump right in for more buy opportunities. Of course, this has been aggressively bullish, so we need some retracement. So for gold now, it's just a matter of buying the dips. We expect some retracement and then we jump in for a buy. All right. For Jukro, we'll not be able to do this today. We'll not be able to look at your request today. For DA30, it's also quite bullish and currently staying trading around this resistance. All right. So you do not want to be buying at resistance for DA30 now. So what it means is that we need some retracement from that resistance. We need some retracement for us to jump in for a buy or a break above the resistance so that the resistance can become support, and then we then buy at support. But as it is right now, because price is around this resistance, is at the resistance level, and you don't want to be buying at resistance. What we now need to see is some retracement for resistance, and then or Number one, we see a retracement from that resistance, or we see a break above the resistance for the bullish move to continue for DE30. You're welcome, sir. AUD/USD2, we're buying above the 0.62 level. So what it means is that as long as price stays above 0.62, we continue to look for opportunities to buy because it's going to get bearish below 0.62. All right, thank you very much. This is where we draw the curtain for today's edition of our morning market review. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow is another day, and I wish us a great trading day. Thank you once again.